bring in the goalie for the New York Rangers, who has a silver medal coming back from the Olympics, and that is Henrik Lundqvist. Henrik, it's Michael and Don. How you doing?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're doing all right. So what was the Olympic experience like for you? Because we spoke to you before, and there was some trepidation about the security issues. So all in all, on ice and off ice, how was it?
It was amazing. It was probably the best Olympic experience I had. Compared to Vancouver and Torino, for the athletes, they've done an amazing job over there. Walk around in the village, going to the arenas, eating in the lounge areas there. It was a perfect setup for us. So overall, just a great experience.
I know you don't want to make any excuses, but no Henrik Sedin going in. Henrik Zetterberg gets hurt very early. Nicholas Backstrom gets suspended for the game going into that gold medal contest. When you look back at all the things you had to overcome, does it make the silver a surprise or still a disappointment?
I'm definitely proud over the silver medal. It's a big thing to accomplish. And the way things played out, I think we should be really happy about it. We went up against a really good team. I thought Team Canada was the best team in the tournament, and they probably deserved to win in that game because they outplayed us. But obviously going into that game, missing our top three centers, it was a really tough task for us, no question. But we did our best. I thought we grew as a team throughout the tournament and played better and better. Probably had our best game in the semifinal against Finland. But overall, I thought it was a great tournament for us.
Now, there was a lot of discussion after the Tavares injury, and there was a little bit of a scare with you, and your teammate with the Rangers also went down, and he's going to be out 3 or 4 weeks. And Garth Snow, the GM of the Islanders, came out and said NHL players should not be playing in the Olympics because nobody's going to reimburse their team if these guys get hurt or the season ticket holders. Do you see his point, Henrik, and do you think that NHL players should continue to play in the Olympics?
I see his point, of course. But at the same time, what the Olympics does for the game of hockey, I think it's so valuable for us to be there and grow the sport, and I think we gain a lot of new fans being there. So I definitely think we should be there. And, of course, all the athletes going, they love it. It's a great thing to represent your country, and for me growing up, that was my first memory when it came to hockey and to play that game. It was to represent Sweden in a big championship game, and obviously Olympics. It doesn't get much bigger than that. So next time around, it's in Asia. I think it's a huge market, and hockey, obviously, it's not a big thing over there, but it's a great opportunity for the league and for the game of hockey to grow. And, I definitely think we should be there.
Are you 100% back from Russia, Hank? They say it takes a day for every time zone you travel. You don't have the luxury of taking 9 days to get back on your feet. So how do you feel going to this game tomorrow?
I feel pretty good. Actually, I'm getting the night off tomorrow. I'm going to back up the tabs, but I feel really good. Traveling over there and coming back's been all good. And obviously, you have to take a couple of days before you're back to normal, but skating really hard today, felt really good. So, I'm getting back into routine, I think, and it feels really good to be back. It's a great challenge now, going down the stretch and do the final pusher and try to get into the playoffs and then go for a great run there. So, every time you have a 2-week break, you start missing the guys on the team and the people working around the team. It's always fun to come back and see them and get going again.
Now, one of the negatives about the pros playing in the Olympics is that you have to shut down the league for about 2 or 3 weeks. Now, before the Olympic break, Henrik, your team was playing very, very well. How do you know it's going to pick up where it left off?
Well, you can't take it for granted. Obviously, you go in, and the reason why we played really well, I think, before the break was we worked really hard, and we played a smart game and made really good decisions with the puck, and that's what we have to continue doing here. And don't think about what we did before the break or what our schedule is like here moving forward. We just have to focus on the first period tomorrow and work as hard as we can and continue, making good decisions with and without the puck. And I think that's been our biggest thing, going into the break. That last 4 or 5 weeks, we were playing smart hockey and hard hockey. So I hope we can continue to do that and grow as a group and as a team here because the games are getting tougher and more intense, and it's fun. It's fun to be out there and feel the excitement and feel that the points are really important. And it almost feels like the playoff starts early every spring when you go in the final push.
And all that said, there's a good possibility that your captain could be traded. And the trading deadline is coming up next week. And as a leader in that room, Henrik, do you feel like you need to keep those guys together and not make that trading deadline a distraction?
Well, you know what? When it comes to trades, it's part of the game. I think it's important that we focus on the things we can control. I always say that, but especially this time, you know, when we're in the locker room, we focus on what we have to do in practice and in games and whatever goes on around us. We can't really think about it too much. And you know, a lot of us guys have been through it when contracts are up and you start talking about future and stuff like that. But when you come to the rink, we try just to focus on the game, and hopefully things work out for the best for everyone, you know, for the team and for the players. And there's not much more to do than you know, do as good as you can right now and focus on what we have to do, and that's playing hockey. So we'll see what happens. It's really hard to comment on what's going to happen. But right now, I can tell it was a really focused group in practice today, and we know it's a great challenge ahead of us here. We're playing a lot of good teams coming up here, so we definitely need the focus to be there.